Cale, Noah, congratulations. That's as hard-fought a game as I've seen Army win in a long, long time. Cale, maybe take us through the last drive. You had to convert 2 4th downs, a 4th and 2 at the 33-yard line. You get the pass to Samari Howard, convert the 4th and 4 at 48 to the pass for Parker Pulaski. It was a 15, 19-yard run. And then you find Parker Pulaski in the end zone for the touchdown. Just tell us from your perspective.
Yeah, first and foremost, I just want to, without God, I wouldn't be in this position. I was struggling coming into this game, just, banged up late in the season. And, I asked for him to heal me and to guide me and to help me lead. And, without him, I wouldn't be able to do this or get to that last drive. And, just got to give him all the glory. That last drive, it was huge. Guys made plays. And and that's what we needed, right? I didn't play my best, but we had guys that just stepped up and made plays after plays, and we needed that. Jaydan Mays, Noah Short, Parker Pulaski, Samari Howard. It was just great to see. That last drive was gritty, and to be able to punch in the end zone in the box was just an awesome feeling. That's what we needed at that time, and to get done and end up with 7 on that drive was awesome.
They go to Noah. Obviously, the 81-yard run was a spectacular play. It really seemed like you got the offense going. Tell us about how it's set up and you run down the sideline.
It was kind of like a counter. Carson Smith, he probably had the touchdown ceiling block. I just was able to cut up right up inside of him, and he took care of the last defender from there. Just had to run. But great timing by Cale and Carson Smith. And he really gets the credit on that one.
Okay. Good. Jaydan Mays joined us, and Jaydan in the first half, you made that interception, ran 73 yards for a touchdown. Tell us about the play.
Yes, sir. We kind of knew they were going to work the boundary in that scenario. And they just took one mistake, whether it was the quarterback throwing it high, the receiver not getting his hands fully on it. Ball tipped up in the air and just caught it, and from there it was just a foot race to the end zone.
Very good. Yeah, just maybe ask you, it was a game kind of momentum. UTSA got off to a fast start, getting an opening touchdown, 10 nothing lead. But the play Noah made, you got the momentum back, lead at halftime. They got momentum back in the second half, but you were able to find a way to win, to make that last drive. What did it take?
Yeah, I think that shows what type of guys we have, right? They start off fast, going up 10-0, and then we came out and we were back to the corner and came out swinging, right? And we got right back into the game. Noah made an awesome play. And then we went up, or then we tied it. And then going into the half, Jay Mays made a pick 6. So we took the momentum going to half and came out. We got to stop, and we went up 2 scores, which was nice. But then they came out swinging, and, they got some momentum rolling. But, that last drive was awesome. The players we have on this team and the individuals that they are, they're awesome men. And, it shows what type of guys we have here, not to, let down or quit. We're always going to fight.
No, maybe just ask you the significance. Obviously you wanted to win, but it means you're going to a bowl game. It means you achieve one of your season goals. As a senior, what does it mean to be able to, the team come through with a performance like this, the 11th game, and getting a win to get a bowl game?
It's such a blessing, and I think today was just a testament of what this team is and the resilience that we have, and the don't flinch mentality. You just saw it across the board: offense, defense, special teams, and I couldn't be more proud to be on this team my senior year.
Last question, Jay. Just what was the challenges on defense? UTSA came in with a big offensive attack, but you were able to make plays when it mattered. What was the key today on defense?
Yeah, they have really good playmakers. Their quarterback's been in the system for a couple of years, so he knows exactly where to go with the ball. It was kind of just relying on our keys and techniques and what we needed to see, being in position to make plays when we needed to. A lot of guys got their hands on the ball. Got some pass deflections today, a lot of tackles for losses. It was like a really good team win on defense. So yeah, just when you challenge with a great opponent like that, you have to step up and play to be able to do that play.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
For those on Zoom, Jaydan Mays just joined us as well. I'm gonna get him in the frame here. There he is. Austin, go ahead, start calling on guys on Zoom.
Yep, we'll go to Joe Iacono first. For schedule purposes and time crunch purposes, let's keep it to 2 per person. We'll circle back if we have time. But Joe, go ahead.
Sure. So congratulations on the win, guys. First question to Noah. It looked like the game plan was definitely to lean more heavily on you today. And, you were running the ball a lot more than usual. So you even have to kind of take yourself out a couple times. Talk about the game plan going in and why you guys thought you could exploit the perimeter and, what the thought process was there.
Yeah, Coach Worley, he did a great job all week putting this game plan together. And, they have a very good defense. They're very physical and they do a lot of things inside. So, we thought the perimeter would be there and it was. Guys like Samari Howard, Liam Fortner, they were sealing those blocks on the perimeter to be able to let me cut up and get upfield. And really, just Coach Worley, I thought he did a great job today.
Thanks, Noah. Austin, you said 2 total?
Eric, 2 total or 2 per person?
Yeah, 2 total, Joe.
Okay. All right. So I got to be choosy here. Cale, on the last drive, you guys had tried to connect on some passes most of the game, and there were some struggles there. But a couple 4th downs, Ken mentioned it, and then the touchdown pass to Parker might have been your best ball of the day. But just talk about those pass plays and kind of, how they develop, the importance of connecting on those. And then, really, it's probably the most we've seen Army throw to tight ends in the last 5 or 10 years that I can remember. So talk about that kind of game plan.
Yeah, all credit to those guys in the O-line. They were bringing the house, and the O-line gave me just enough time. And, the first one was Samari out on the sideline, him coming back to the ball and making a tremendous catch was huge, and if he weren't to do that, it would have been incomplete because it was underthrown, and he made a great play. And then another 4th down, Parker Pulaski, just gave him a chance. And, he's a great player. He's a great athlete. He's so good at blocking, and he has really good hands that don't get identified that often with the type of ball we play. But I trust him. He's one of my bestest friends, and I just threw it to him up, and he came down with 2 defenders on him, and I was just so happy. And then to seal it off, I was too tired to go celebrate with him in the end zone, but I was just so happy for him to have his first collegiate touchdown. That's awesome, and he played his butt off, and I'm so happy that he finally got to get in the end zone and he played a great game. I'm just happy for him.
Congratulations, guys. Great win.
Thank you.
We'll go to Ken McMillan next. Ken, go ahead.
Gentlemen, congratulations on the win. Noah, I have to ask, you guys rallied really nice to pull ahead, but the CUTSA come back with a couple scores to pull ahead. Were there any shades of last week popping into your heads?
Honestly, no. I mean, and hey, that's football. It's up and down, and they have a great team, so they're gonna make plays because they're guys on scholarship, right? But I just think as a team, and mention that don't flinch mentality. I don't think there was a moment where any guys were giving up or anything. It was just we're gonna fight to the last whistle, and just so happened that we came out on top today.
And Cale, we don't normally see you be so honest with your about how grueling this has been for you and how your body's taking a lot of hits. Honestly, can you tell us, how do you feel right now and how did you keep it all together?
Yeah, I mean, I think any football player on our team is a little banged up. I think that's just the nature of the game being this late in the season. But it was a quick turnaround from the Tulsa game to here, and I don't think any really football players are going to feel 100% going into a game with no bye week this late in the season. But I mean, I'm a little banged up, but like I said, credit to these guys that I get to play on the opposite side with, man. They stepped up and they stepped up when I needed them. Noah running and doing so well on the perimeter with the ball in his hand, Samari and Carson Smith, Jake, that's what I needed it. And like I said earlier, I just asked God this morning. I was like, God, put your hand on me and to help me and guide me and to heal me and allow me to lead and inspire. And I just without my teammates and without the Lord, none of this would be possible. I'm just super fortunate.
We'll go to Seth Mendelson next. Seth, go ahead.
Guys, congratulations on the big win. Let's start with Jaydan. I think that was the first defensive score of the year for Army. Your interception for the return. Tell us about that a little bit. What are you thinking about? Coming up with the big play.
Yeah, like I said before, it was just really a right place, right time scenario. they ran an out route and quarterback overthrew it a little bit. Receiver tipped it and it went up in the air and ended up in my hands. And then from there it was just getting to the end zone. I remember he almost caught me, made a move, and then saw Justin Weaver had the last second block to give me enough time to get to the end zone. So really just a credit to everybody running, because most teams you see catch a pick and just stand in place and celebrate, but everybody's like hustling to the ball. If you watch it back, everybody's running to the end zone, whether it be to make a play or help me score or celebrate at the end. Like everybody's running. That's just the type of team we are. Happy for one another, like no matter what the scenario is, no matter who it is. Just happy to see each other do great.
Thank you. Cal, this was the first scoring touchdown by a tight end. We believe it. I think it's 18 seasons, but correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody, Army doesn't use tight ends very much to catch balls. And as somebody asked before, I'll ask it again. What do you think about that? What do you think about the fact that the tight end had two great catches on that last drive, one being for the touchdown, and something that's unusual for West Point.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Parker Pulaski and Tex Brandon and the guys behind him, Noah Pryor, and that tight end room, they're great. They're great blockers. They have good hands, right? It's just our scheme. They don't get all the flashlights and the pass plays, right? But I mean they do their 111. They do it really well. Coach SS got those guys, playing great right now, and they've been playing good all season. Their main role on this team is to block. We like to hold the ball and run it and play smash mouth football, but especially with Parker, he's a playmaker, and we're confident that we can go to him in the passing game, right? We had a great install this week for him, based on UTSA's vampire look with their backer playing up on him man to man the whole game. And when we went to him, he made plays. And the first drive, I should have hit him, and I know he came down with it and got some yards after the catch. But he, like I said, he's my best friend, and see him get in the end zone just made my world, and it was awesome to see.
Thank you.
We'll have time for one more each. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, Jaydan, defense, I mean, obviously, McCown's a really good quarterback. Their UTSA's got a very explosive offense, but the defense really stepped up. I mean, your pick six, and then, they got the ball first in the second half, and you guys stopped them again. Any discussion at halftime around like, hey, we did a great job there on the pick six, and now we need to go get another stop? Like, what was the emphasis on that first drive coming out of half, or was it more just you guys doing your job and continuing to execute?
Yeah, it was definitely just doing our job. We knew that the game wasn't going to be over when we came out of halftime. Like, they're down 7. They're a really good team, especially when they play at home. Big emphasis on that. And it was just really keep doing what we've been doing, play how you're supposed to play, and just trust each other. We know that going out halftime, we said if they didn't score, they don't win. And then they end up in the end zone. So that kind of went out the window. But I mean, just not flinching after that, keeping our head down, knowing there's another opportunity to go back on the field. So don't let them score again. It was really the scenario in our minds. And just keeping them out of the end zone, making big plays, and then trusting the offense to get down there and score more than they did in the second half was the key.
And McMillan, do you have anything?
No, I know you guys, the focus now is on Navy, obviously, but I want you to just tell us how satisfying is it to get this 6th victory to become bowl eligible? I mean, I know Coach said that this is all part of the process, but it's an accomplishment.
Yeah, it's great. Your senior season and you start counting down the games you got left in this uniform. You always want more, and today we achieved that. So it's just it really is a blessing with this team, and I know everyone's going to be excited, and just gotta keep working. And in 2 weeks, that's where our focus is. So we're excited.
Seth, anything else?
I'm good. Congratulations, guys. That was a super exciting game.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
I sent Parker that stat about the tight end this past week. So when you talk to him, ask him about it. I saw that. I think on Instagram, Black Knight Nation.
Thank you, guys.
Austin, can we get Parker? Is that possible?
I'll text Eric. He's on site. He'll be able to get him if anyone can.
Yeah, it was 2008 was the last touchdown by an Army tight end.
They said it was Mike Evans. Is that correct?
What's up, fellas?
Theo,
How are you, Theo?
I'm
Good
smiles
stuff.
right now. I'm smiles right now. You guys good?
yeah,
Doing well. Good win. Congratulations.
big win.
Thank you for your coverage as always. Appreciate you guys.